So at this time, I'd like to introduce Coach Bret Bielema and give him our key to the city, which is the guitar. You gotta play it. That's pretty awesome.
Perfect. Thank you, Scott. Coach Bielema will start us off with a few remarks, and then we will open the floor to questions. He will take questions for about 7 minutes. We will have a microphone running the floor, so please raise your hand, wait for the mic to come, and ask your question. And as you can see, there's several people here, so try to keep questions concise as possible and avoid follow-ups where you can. Thank you very much. Following Coach Bielema's talk, we will have the coordinators come out to say a few words as well. Coach Bielema, this is the program's first appearance in the bowl, as Scott mentioned, and first matchup against Tennessee. So we'd love to open this up for you to share a few remarks.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, Scott. Obviously, excited about the guitar. We'll hopefully take better care of it than our basketball team. I know those guys are a little reckless, but super excited to be here. It's been an absolutely awesome week. I did want to start off. Jeremy Warner, one of our local writers for 247, unfortunately lost his father the other day, and I want to give our thoughts to him and his family as he goes back and takes care of that moment. Awesome dude, awesome person, so we all think of him. With that being said, our players have absolutely enjoyed their time here. Had a great event 2 nights ago with Tennessee, and their team really enjoyed being around Josh a couple times last night to be over at the Grand Ole Opry and be on the main stage there and have a couple songwriters come in and kind of share some stories. Was absolutely awesome. My wife took a group of wives to cowboy hat making event that was a big hit. I think that's the first time I've ever actually had every wife come up and thank me for the event. So it's pretty cool to do those things you don't normally get to do at a bowl game and to do these things together. Create, obviously the game is going to be huge. Play Tennessee for the first time. I've had huge admiration for Coach Heupel going back to his playing days to see his coaching career and what he's been able to do and what they've been able to accomplish at Tennessee is truly exceptional. And to play them for the first time matchup, but just to bump into so many Illinois fans, Tennessee fans in the hotel. Been in this hotel several times for American Football Coaches Association convention. So no stranger to this hotel. Been an awesome experience for them. My wife and I came over with our daughters, went to the Charlie Brown Christmas on Christmas Day, which wasn't exactly thrilled to be doing it, but at the end of the day, absolutely just awesome. That ice sculptures and the detail in there and all those things. And I think I always go back to, obviously it's a game. It's going to be remembered by a victory or a loss, whichever side of the field you're on. But you create a memory, you create a moment, you create an opportunity for a family to come together and maybe share a bowl experience. My mom and dad went to bowl games with me. We didn't really travel a lot as a family growing up. I remember the first time that I ever remember my parents traveling out of the state of Illinois was to come to the Rose Bowl game that I played in. And to see my dad and my brothers and that experience was pretty awesome. And as many bowl games I was in as an assistant coach, as a coordinator and a head coach, whenever my mom and dad would get together and talk about bowl games, they always go back to the bowl games when I was a player. And to see parents here, I saw a couple of parents in the lobby last night, just creating a memory that'll last a lifetime. It's just absolutely awesome. So thank you to the Music City Bowl and Liberty for obviously sponsoring, but super excited about this opportunity. With that, I'll open up for questions.
Go ahead, right over
You only got 7 minutes. Better get on a minute.
I guess, what do you want to see carry over from maybe that regular season finale,
Yeah.
To tomorrow's game?
Well, I really wasn't banking on it. Yesterday it was 75 degrees out on the practice field. We've been, kind of a neat thing for us. Obviously, Vandy and Tennessee are same conference, but they don't necessarily see eye to eye a lot, right? So I think we were the first Big Ten team to ever be able to use Vandy's facility because Tennessee didn't want to use them. So we've been in Vandy's facilities all this week, and we were in their stadium yesterday, and it was 75 degrees. And I walked outside today when I got up this morning, clicked on my phone, it was 32 degrees. So there's some carryover from our last game, the Northwestern game, to where we are today, temperature-wise. Definitely not snow and icy rain, but you know what? I think a lot of you guys asked me in the early season, right, when we were in Vegas at Big Ten Media Day, like, Coach, how would you define a successful season? And I've always kind of given this answer, whether, you know, whatever type of team I had coming back, I want us playing our best football at the end of the year. I think that's what good football teams do. And obviously to be able to cap this off, just like Tennessee's battling through a few things. We've obviously got Gabe Ackus not playing for us, J.C. Davis not playing for us, and then Matt Bailey had a surgery. So those are three very, very good players that will all have replacements in for this game. I thought all of them have done a great job. The outside linebacker guys by committee, J.C. Davis is being replaced by Nathan Knopik, but we'll have a host of guys that have kind of rallied around that. Talked to Josh Geske about playing next to Nathan for the first time, just kind of give him help and experience. And then obviously in the back end, we'll have several guys kind of fill in for Matt Bailey in his role that he's always held. So I think that's the big thing, is just have the continuity of the last game, have the new faces come in, and then obviously the challenge of playing Tennessee and then explosive offense they are. We've tried to simulate that all during our bowl prep. I thought Aaron's done an outstanding job kind of preparing our look team to give us the look of Tennessee's offense. Have an ACC officiating crew, really excited about. I know these guys are very decorated officials. A lot of them have officiated in college football playoff games, so we've got the best of the ACC coming to official for us. So it's a really fun experience.
Hey, Coach.
Hey.
Last season, that bowl win kind of launched you into the offseason of Illinois being the talk of, you know, lots of parts of the country. What can this game, again, different circumstance, do for you?
Well, it's a national stage, playing an SEC opponent. You know, I just can't stress enough, like when we were in, you know, the final stages, you know, coming out of that second bye week, we knew how we finished out and played these next 3 or 4 games are going to be a huge factor into where we went for a bowl game, right? And you know, because of the way it laid out, we knew that obviously Orlando, we couldn't go back to that, but Tampa was a viable option in some consideration, was an SEC opponent, and then obviously this Music City Bowl game versus the SEC. I really wanted that matchup. You know, I just got tremendous respect, obviously being in the league for 4 or 5 years. I never had the opportunity to play Tennessee. You know, the powers of the SEC can be very unusual, right? I didn't see Kentucky or Vanderbilt my entire time in the SEC, but I saw Florida twice, Georgia twice, and a couple others. So it was always intriguing to me. I'm sure you guys followed the SEC, know what I'm talking about, but didn't ever have a chance to see this. So when I heard their name getting floated around for this game, just really, really excited about it. And then what this does is it gives you an opportunity. Obviously, we're fortunate enough to win it. You know, a bowl game is very unique in the fact that you carry it with you for the next 6, 7, 8 months, right, until you play that next game again. So a tremendous opportunity for our kids. Obviously, a storied bowl game here with over 25, 27 years of experiences. So really excited for that.
Hey, Bret, 3 bowl games in 4 years. You've talked about sustained success. What can this do for making these postseason games the new normal for this program?
Yeah, you know, I look over and I see Josh and you know, to be on this journey with him, we talked about sustainable success. And I just keep going back to, you know, it's 3 and 4 years or however it's going to play out. But, you know, those 2 years that we missed were both 5-win season. I'm just like, damn, if we would have got one more win in those 2, like to be 5 for 5 would be something really, you know, when I was at Wisconsin, you know, I never missed a bowl game, but had carried forward Barry's tradition there. And, you know, and when I was at Arkansas, we went to 3 straight, but missed that last year and that wasn't good enough for them. So I got shooed out the door. But you know, I think this opportunity to get us to a 9 wins against an SEC opponent, you know, we were looking at their game earlier this year, you know, and, you know, I really looked a lot at Oklahoma, you know, the Vandy game, which was a marquee matchup game. These guys have played, I mean, they played Georgia, you know, down to the wire, right? And here's Georgia, literally one of the best teams in college football right now going at it. So they played against the best in the country and held their own. So this is a really good quality win or a good quality opponent. And one, if we can come out on the right side, would be a great step in the right direction.
Okay, last question for Coach Bielema. Right up front, right up here. Okay.
What have you emphasized the most to your guys about playing this season?
What have we to our entire team? You know, that we always have keys to victory: offense, defense, special teams. I think Tennessee's offense brings such a unique challenge: the tempo, the explosion. They're one of the most explosive teams in college football. You know, they're played a couple games this year. You know, I showed them, you know, one game where, you know, at the end of the regulation, in the first quarter, they converted a a 4th and 1 and scored 3 plays later. So really in the first minute of the second quarter, they're up 21-0 on a really good football team, right? Super explosive defensively, obviously with the transition of coordinators. We don't know exactly what we're going to get. Billy Enge and I actually college locker mates. His locker was right there. Mine was right there. We shared a locker room together for 3 years. So all kinds of stories there. But I Billy's taken over, but also, a lot of those coaches, have been play callers in the past. So defensively, we kind of think we'll see a little bit of what we saw, but trying to gauge what that's going to play out. And then special teams are just super explosive, got great return game. They've got a couple guys rolling back there, but these bowl games, a lot of times are decided about who takes advantage of the moments they're in, right? Like we've talked a lot about, staying in our routine, even though we're in a different hotel, different city. It's a 4:30 time slot game, which we've never had in all this year. So our routine has got adjusted a little bit, but you got to handle that moment. And then situational football for us is going to be all around us, whether it's a 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, whether it's a backed up scenario, maybe it's a 1st and 15 after a false start on offense. We got to overcome those situational football moments or take advantage of the ones we get.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach Bielema.
Thank you.
We are going to welcome up the defensive coordinator, Coach Henry, and offensive coordinator, Coach Lunney Jr., and they will take some questions as well, about the same amount of time.
Everybody in that building has had a hand in his development, from our life coach to the academic team to strength and conditioning, obviously the training room, and you could just go on and on. Everybody in that building has had a hand in his development, and he has given himself to us in that building, among others on our team, has trusted our process from a development standpoint. And so just the thing that I'll probably take away the most, we've had a lot of great moments, a lot of meeting time together, a lot of laughs, some cries, some disappointments. That's the way the game works. But just I think I look back on, and I'm proud to have been a part of his development. And I think it's a great message that when, like when you just come in and blindly trust what you're being coached on, and I'm say coached, I'm talking about holistically, not just from a schematic standpoint about the way we play, the way we train, the way we handle ourselves. And he has just developed and just taken advantage of every opportunity he's been given, and has reached his full potential. And we're so thankful that for his contribution to our program and what he's meant to our program. And we'd love to be able to send him out on the right note tomorrow. It'll be a great challenge, but if he plays well for us, he'll give us a chance.
Aaron, from X's and O's standpoint, how unique is what Tennessee does with their wide receivers and their wide splits, and how does it affect what you guys do in the second and third level?
Yeah, it's extremely unique, right? I mean, you don't see that every day. And, had we been preparing for them for a week, I mean, they're already a really talented and athletically gifted team, but had this just been a week in preparation for them, it'll be really, really hard trying to do that within the framework of a week. And, we've had a couple of weeks to try to prepare for them and slow them down. And, their scheme is very unique and problematic, but when you have the kind of players that they have on top of that, right? The quarterback is very dynamic. He can run it and throw it. And, it's going to be a game of chess. It's going to be a game of chess, right? We got to obviously, right? We know they're an explosive offense. They're a top 5 offense in the country, and we got to limit them. We got to slow them down. And I think a key thing to this game is going to be trying to take the ball away and give our offense the ball, right? Coach Lunney just spoke on what Luke Altmaier's done here. I'm just from a defensive perspective. I mean, we admire Luke Altmaier just as much as Coach Lunney admires him. I mean, he's special. I mean, his presence walking through that building, I mean, it permeates on the defensive side of the ball as well. And so we're going to try to give him and the offense as many opportunities as possible and just try to slow down this Tennessee offense.
Last question.
Aaron, since you mentioned takeaways, just what maybe did you notice in the games where you had multiple ones like Duke, Northwestern? What did it take to get those?
They really changed the game, right? Obviously, when you give your offense or an offense more opportunities, especially when they're clicking. I mean, you have an opportunity to like really take over a game. I think about the Duke game, right, coming out of halftime, and we got a couple of takeaways, and all of a sudden the score got lopsided a little bit, and our offense done a phenomenal job in putting the ball in the end zone and scoring on a lot of those possessions. I mean, you can like that's the equalizer. A team can have a bunch of yards, but if you can take the ball away and give your side of the ball via the offense some opportunities to go and score, I mean, it really, really changes the dynamic and everything that we do from a defensive perspective. I mean, it's one thing lining up consistently and trying to fit everything up perfect. But when you can punch the ball out, or when you can pick the ball off, I mean, that literally changes everything about a game that could be fitting for us, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Thank you all. No interviews.